In 1977, a group of neo-Nazis announced plans to march through Skokie, Illinois, a quiet suburb outside Chicago, home to more than 40,000 Jewish people, many of them Holocaust survivors. Residents were horrified. They had lived through the atrocities of Nazi Germany, and now, decades later, the symbols of their oppressors were coming directly to their doorstep. So the town sued. But controversially, the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, decided to represent the neo-Nazis, not in support of their message, but to defend the principle of free speech. The Illinois Supreme Court ruled that the group's uniforms, their swastikas, the march itself, were all protected forms of expression. But ultimately, the rally was moved to nearby Chicago, where about 20 neo-Nazis were overwhelmed by 2,000 counter-protesters. That painful moment helped define free speech for the modern era in the United States. It's ugly, it's uncomfortable, it's messy, but importantly, there's equal opportunity, a bedrock civil liberty guaranteed to all American citizens. So why has the idea of free speech lately been twisted into a partisan talking point? What does it mean when both parties claim to be the defenders of free speech and its victims? In recent years, Republicans have rebranded themselves as the party of free speech. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance made the First Amendment a campaign issue, vowing to rescue America from the so-called woke mob, its obsession with cancel culture and censorship of conservative voices. Within hours of returning to the White House, Trump signed an executive order banning federal agencies from interfering with the free speech of Americans.
I've stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
Problem solved. In the United States, it's never that simple. Now it's the Democrats accusing Republicans of political censorship and ideological overreach. They say deportations of foreign students protesting Israel's actions in Gaza, threats to revoke billions in funding unless universities comply with audits, and punitive measures against law firms that represented Trump's political opponents are chilling examples of violations of the First Amendment. The Trump administration argues that its actions are long overdue corrections to a hotbed of liberal indoctrination in academia, politically motivated legal battles, and threats to student safety by campus activists.
This is not about free speech. No one has a right to a student visa. No one has a right to a green card, by the way.
And there are also plenty of people on the right, anti-abortion activists, university Republican clubs, groups like Moms for Liberty, who say they can speak freely under this administration in a way that they couldn't before, which gets to the core issue. Most of us don't judge free speech through some neutral constitutional lens. Our ideas are informed by our politics. Each party sees itself as the true defender of free speech, but they each have different ideas about what that means. When a Republican administration cracks down on anti-Israel protests, it's protecting Jewish students. When a Democrat administration pressures social media platforms to remove posts about COVID, it's protecting public health. But the First Amendment doesn't make those distinctions. It isn't liberal or conservative. It's foundational. It lets people be wrong, loudly and often. As the people of Skokie learned, that is the price of a free society.